Everybody, here we go. It's turn 3. The American forces, the Continentals, have won the initiative, and we'll just see what they can do. And still, what it is that we have these units here, these units. Basically, these guys are pinned, and these guys are locked and loaded and unable to do anything because they haven't seen the enemy. So everybody else is in combat. So until we reach turn 6, none of these are going to be released. So we'll find out what's going to happen. All right. Here we go. Movement phase. So we had initiative, movement, reinforcements. No reinforcements. Scattered. All right. Disrupted may move 1 hex. Shattered may not move. Pin units may only move if they do not end their movement adjacent to an enemy of the phasing player. These guys are pinned here against these guys. I'm not going to worry about moving them because I want them to be in combat anyway. They're holding up these guys from getting any closer to their objective, which is way over there. So it's going to take them time to get there. And the longer you hold them in position, well, that's in the Americans' favor. All right. Alright, so pinned units may conduct movement. Alright, so they're pinned. So we'll just leave that there. These guys are staying there. They'll stay there. They'll stay there. So no movement at all for the Americans. Rally phase. Morale. There's no disrupted units. Shattered. None. Modified. Alright, so moving on to defensive artillery phase. The non-phasing player may fire any of his artillery units. All right, so that would be, let's move this out of the way. That's I have this. Yeah. Sometimes it's helpful to see what you're looking at, especially when you're a ways away. Especially when you're looking at these hexes. There's numbers on these hexes. It's hard to see. All right. So we got up here, we have the artillery. Ooh. Okay, put that there. Yes, there is a rifle unit there. And artillery. And our artillery's area. So the artillery is going to go after the cav. That's who they're going to shoot. So that is their target. And just look at the thing. There's, 2 guns. So 2 guns adjacent. They're going to need a 6. And the target's light infantry, occupied force. There's a -1. So that means they're going to need a 7. But, okay. Target is a artillery or mounted dragoon. So they got a +1. So it's back to 6. Alright, so they're going to need a 6. Oh, that doesn't work. 2 doesn't work. All right. So artillery does not do anything. All right. So now we got the non-phasing artillery. They are adjacent to these guys. They could shoot that. I think they might go after those guys. Those are pretty good grenadiers. They're going to shoot because they got a +2. They're going to hammer those guys right there. Those grenadier units. Alright, so 1 phase. I know it's going to be, they're in the open. They're going to need a 7 because they're adjacent with artillery. And, ooh, man, I already said who I'm going to shoot. I was already just shooting. I should have shot at those dragoons of Tarleton, but we'll just see what happens. Well, there's that infamous 9 popped up again. I think that die might be loaded. Keeps rolling 9s. Alright, so there's a hit. Okay. And we'll just see what happens. It's a 9 again. I think this die is loaded. Okay. Alright, a 9 is artillery. It's a step loss. So these guys take a step loss. Ooh, they're toasted. Oh, that's not good. Dead. Eliminated. And Tarlington is a demi unit, but he is actually a combat unit, so we'll just, it goes right there. All right. That is the artillery done, complete, rounds out, mission complete. All right, was it the riflemen are here? Yes, there's rifles here. They're pinned, and they're gonna go after these guys right here, which are these Frasers. Highlanders right there. That's their target. We need an 8, I do believe. A 6 does not do the job. Sort of looks like a 9, but it's not. It's a 6. Alright, so that rifle unit did not do anything. Alright. Over here we have, I know there's a rifle unit underneath here. He's at a 1 now. He's a 1. He'll shoot the dragoons, and this rifle unit is going after the rifled light infantry unit themselves. So they're firing at each other. Okay, they're in woods, they are not. Okay, and I'll just roll these together, get an end up result. So they're both strength 1, so they both need 7s. The dragoons will need shooting the dragoons need a 6. Here I should have shot the artillery. What was I even thinking? Once again. And I'll remember someday in the future, but target is light infantry. -1. Alright. Well, there's the 8 and a 2. So I do believe that's a hit with the American riflemen. I rolled a 3. 3, okay, rifle versus non-artillery is a 1 army morale loss, step loss of the morale. So they're down to 7. Okay. And I rolled those simultaneously, so they did miss. Alright. So rifle fire has complete. So now we move into close combat phase. Alright. So we do have close combat. What was it? I think these guys up here are they're going to try to overrun these guns. That's their target. So everybody here is going after the guns. And they have a strength 3. Let's make these guys the primaries. Okay, here's the primaries. Alright, so 4, yeah, it's 5 right there, so it's 1 to 1. One to 1. No leaders on either side. Look at the chart here. Gauge without a leader, so we need to roll a 1 through 6. Okay, they have to roll a 1. A 1 versus a 4, so we got a stand fast versus a skirmish. Okay, so skirmish, flip this over. Defender skirmish versus stand fast is a +1. So we have a +1 result immediately. So +1 for the 1, +2, +3, And theirs is, so it's just a +3 so far. Okay, leaders and the defending unit's a rifle unit. Is +4. Attackers mounted on a dragon facility. Just no, shattered. Okay, so Alright, so we got a +4. There's that 9 again. 13. That is a step loss, and there's no leader involved, so there's no leader casualty. So artillery faces a step loss. Oh, they're gone. They already had a. They were 3. So yep, destroyed. Wiped out the artillery guns. All right. Okay. These guys are going here. So we got 4 versus 2. So 2-to-1 odds. We'll make them the primaries. Put them on top. 0 leader. 0. So no adjustment there. He's a demi leader, so he does get the advantage of basically being a leader. Engage with a leader. Okay. Enemy has no leader. Okay, so they're engaging. So they're right here. Flank is possible. Flank possible. Withdrawal plausible. Okay, here we go. We got these 2 right there. Alright, just roll them together. There's a 9. Okay, reroll that. They have an 8, so we reroll that. A 6. Okay. Attack and echelon versus frontal assault. Wow. Okay, we'll just see what happens here. Defender is a frontal assault. Attack and echelon, so no modifier. So it's a straight up roll so far. So no modifiers on either side. So it's 2-to-1. And we'll just see what happens. Roll a 7. So 2-to-1 with a 7. Disrupted. So they are disrupted, so they get a disruption counter. So they got to fall back 3. 1, 2, 3. Go to here. And I just realized something. I never removed those guys. They could have got 1, 2. They could have been right here and taken control of this. Well, since they're not going to be in combat, I'm just going to move them anyway. To there. Things you forget about. Doesn't affect the combat any, but it does affect them having to go to here. They can't go there. Alright. Then we have this combat against Leslie. We have Von Bose, or Bose, or I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a 2, 3. So 3 is a 1-to-1 odds, -1. So both have leaders, and they have a. It's gonna. Wow. Alright, so 1-to-1 odds. Both engaging with a leader. Flanks are possible. No flank. Yes, a flank is possible there. Enemy has a leader. Flank possible. Flank. Withdraw. So they're both rolling here. Alright, so let's see what happens. 5 and a 3. Alright, so the 5 is frontal assault versus attack in echelon. Attack in echelon. Where's that attack in echelon versus frontal assault? 0. So we have a 0 net effect at the moment. Alright. And they had a -1. Yeah. So there's a -1. And -3 to the die roll. Oh, this is not good. Well, a 7. -3. 7 -3 is 4. So attacker must retreat. So they are falling back. Attacker must fall back. 2. Let's go to there. And everybody else underneath them must make a morale test or fall back. They need a 5 or better. They roll an 8. That's actually not. They just, well, you just ended up leaving the guns behind. The guns are going to probably get wiped out in the next turn. And these guys are attacking these guys. So we have a strength 3 versus 3. Move these pens off the side for a moment. Okay, so it's 1-to-1. No, they have a leader. They do not have a leader. So it's -1, -3 at the moment. All right. Let's see what happens. They have a stand fat or withdrawal versus 6, which is attack in echelon. They have a withdrawal versus attack in echelon. Wow, that's a +1? No. They have a withdrawal versus attack in echelon, so -2. So they have -1. Uh-oh. So we got a minus, since they are the primary, -2, -4 to the die roll. -4. Well, they rolled a 9. Do not need that. Okay. 1-to-1. -4, so 5. Pinned. They're still pinned. I just left those pins out. Oh well. Locked in combat. Still. No, okay. That is all the combat. Well, there are some units that were lost in it. A little bit of loss of morale. But we'll just see what happens here. Move into the British turn. Alright, so initiative. Okay, movement phase. Reinforcements disrupted. May move 1 hex. So we'll move these guys. 1 hex here. They're disrupted. Shatter may not move. Pinned may not move unless they're adjacent. Okay, rally phase. Okay. Oh, there's disrupted units there. Let's move them there. These guys can, what do we got? Strength 3 here. Bump them to 5. And these guys go here. 1, 2, 3 to here. There. They'll go here. And we're going to send these guys to here. Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah, because those guns are sitting there. We want them taking the guns. Yeah, I think we'll leave him. We'll throw Leslie into this foray to help with that combat. These guys will attack on their own. And since these guys are pinned at 1-to-1 odds, they're going to continue the combat here. Their odds are in their favor because they're going to have a whole bunch of pluses to their die roll. What else do we have? I think that's all the movement. Okay. Rally phase. Make morale tests. We got some guys that need some morale tests. They roll a 3. They do not like combat. Alright, these guys, Tarlington rolls a 1. He is not liking combat. So, nobody rallied. Alright, so we'll keep them there. And we'll move on to combat phase. Defensive artillery phase. We have these guys right here. Well, they're going to go, let's go after these guys right there. They're going to lay some artillery into them. Alright, so since they are adjacent, they need a 7. Targets in the open, so they need a 7. I roll an 8. 8 is a hit. And let's see what happens. They're against non-artillery type. You're not going to believe this. 9. This die is loaded on a 9. I do believe. And that would be a step loss. Artillery fire versus non, which is a step loss and a leader casualty. Oh man. They become that. Leslie got blown off his horse. This is going wonky. I'm just like, that is the 3rd British general to get blown off his horse. Alright, so, did we? Yeah, we already took out that artillery up there. They shot the guns out. Alright, so that's the end of artillery phase. Then we got rifle phase. This rifle is going to shoot these guys that are sitting right next to them. They need an 8. Now, I don't believe that is, wow. I think I'm going to have to go dig out another D10 or something because it keeps rolling 9s. Rifle fire versus non. Yeah, this die is loaded with 9s. It would be a step loss. That just wiped those guys out. And then we have rifle fire up here. They're going to go at each other. These rifles will go after the dragoons, and the rifles there, we'll just go after the Jaegers. No. The Jaegers are light infantry, so that is all light infantry in there. They'll go after the 33rd Foot. That's their target. Alright. And they're both strength 1. These guys are in open, I think. Yep. They need to roll a 7. These guys need to roll an 8. Yeah. I think that is definitely seeming like it's loaded. So, yeah. Okay. That is the Americans have hit. They rolled a 4. There's a difference. That's not a 9. Infantry rifle fire versus infantry. 4 is retreat. They force the 33rd foot out. They have to fall back to here. Since they retreated, we have to make 2 morale tests. Right there. Okay, the light infantry make it, and the other ones make it. They rolled an 8 and a 9. Okay, so that is all the rifle fire. Now we go on to close combat phase. We have these guys. Let's start here. They have strength 3. And there's 3, 2, 4, 5. Let's see. And they're going to attack the... Go after the dragoons. No, they're going to go after this militia. Or targets the militia. All right. So strength 5 versus, let's say, strength 5 attackers versus 5 is 1 to 2 odds. Having that one unit 33rd foot retreat out of there, that forced us odds is not in their favor. Neither side has a leader. And the results, we roll both 9s, both 1s. That is interesting. Withdraw. Both are doing a withdraw. So a withdraw versus a withdraw is going to be no combat. So we have no combat there. Interesting. All right. Wow. It's not working out the way they have to attack. What strength is here? That's 4. These guys have to go here, and these guys will go there. So 1 to 2 odds. They'll go after these guys right there. All right, so neither side has a leader. Okay, so we have a withdrawal versus a skirmish line. Withdraw versus skirmish. No combat. Wow, that did not work out like I thought. Okay, so we have a 1 to 1 odds here. They have a leader. Alrighty. So attack without a leader and leader with enemy has no leader. Flank as possible. Withdraw as possible. So 1 and 5. So the Americans. Withdraw versus turn flank. Interesting. Turn flank. Withdraw 0. No effect. Okay. They have no bonus. They have no bonus. +1. So there's a -1 to the die. And the odds are 1 to 1 -1. Unless their Dacker benefit is against artillery, no. So I rolled a 3. -1 is a 2. Attacker disrupted. Wow. So they got to fall back 3. 1, 2, 3, and they are disrupted. Ping. Alright, we got this attack here. We have 3 versus 3, I do believe. Release this side. Who knows, we may end up needing them again. No leader, leader. They're going to attack the militia. They have no bonus. +2 for that. So that's a +3. And let's just see what the combat odds. That's just going to be these two. I gotta reroll. 0 becomes a 4. So they're gonna have a skirmish versus skirmish. Alright. Skirmish versus skirmish. Skirmish versus skirmish. 0. No effect there. So it's a +3 to the die roll. So the worst they can roll is a 1. So 1-to-1 odds +3, a 0. So a 3. Attacker, retreat. Man. So they got to fall back 1, 2. Let's go here. And he's going. Cornwallis will go with him. He doesn't want to be stuck out there by himself. This militia. This is the end of turn 3. And the militia is holding fast against regulars. These regulars must have been marching all night and are tired and not knowing what they're doing. Plus maybe watching their leaders getting blown off their horses through artillery fire, not rifle fire, is not doing them any favors. I don't think the step morale, let's see. Right now the morale is fatigued for the British, a -1 to their morale. They're at a 5 versus a 15 with the Americans. So the Americans have a +1 and the British have a -1. And we'll just see what the with the initiative die roll. We'll see what turn 4 is going to bring. And I rolled a 5 and a 4. They have a -1, so that becomes a 4. Where's the 4 at? There's the 4. They have a +1, so this becomes a 5. Americans win initiative. So when we come back with turn 4, we'll have the Americans going first again. Of the things, so we're at turn 4. Alright, hope you guys liked this so far. This is not working out the way I expected, but we'll just see what happens in turn 4. Alright, we'll be back.